random.
Jaden! It's time for the weekly announcements!
Oh my gosh, forgot.
Good morning, RCW students, and welcome to the Renville Report. We have a lot going on at RCW this week. Starting Monday, the golf team has a meeting after school at 3:30 in the computer lab. Tuesday, spring begins. National Honor Society will have induction at 6:30 in the gym. On Wednesday, we have normal practices for all spring sports. Thursday, the juniors have a field trip in Marshall at SMSU, and the bus leaves at 8 o'clock. Parent-teacher conferences will be held after school from 3:30 until 7:30. On Friday, kindergarten through 8th grade students will go to Bird Island for the Tim Orth Memorial Foundation Senior Game. That concludes the announcement for this week. Have a great week.
Hi, I'm Max Zaragoza with the RCW Sports Section, and today I will be interviewing head coach Rick Shackford with the RCW Crate Shack team. So Rick, recently you guys had a fish fry, and how was the turnout for that?
It was our second largest this year. We had last year we had 233 served. This year we had 220, so not too far off. But it was a great success once again. Thanks to everybody who helped out and supported.
That's good to hear. So what are your thoughts going on this upcoming season?
I'm excited about the group of kids that we get to work with each and every year. It's always exciting to see some new kids and new athletes that have the willingness to put themselves out there and become better athletes.
So what do you like more about being a coach? Is it the kids or just the sport?
I get a lot of energy from the kids coaching, but it's just the fact that of helping someone become a better athlete for whatever sport that they're interested in outside of track, because we like to have all-around athletes, but just to make them better for that.
What motivates you to come back every year as a coach?
That each year you evaluate at the end of the season and see what went well, what didn't, what could what could have gone better. Some things are out of your control, so you can't worry about those. But the biggest thing, I guess, as far as looking at when to come back or what to come back for and stuff like that, it's just still being able to do the job and still being able to help the athletes. If there comes a time, I suppose, when you no longer will be able to help out, then it's probably time to go.
How long have you been head coach for the RCW Crate Shack team?
This is my 29th year of coaching high school, but it's my 30th year of coaching track. I did a little bit in college, but then there was 4 years in South Dakota, so I've been at RCW, it was DRSH, then BDRSH, then Renville County West, so all of those years. Since we've been the Jaguars, I've been the head track coach, the only one.
It's a pretty long time.
Yeah, seems like it.
What would be your favorite memory after all those years?
Yeah, I looked at that question earlier and I thought, is there one that really sticks out? There's just so many, and each of them have to deal with not so much a place or a win, but it's an accomplishment of how watching a kid's face when they come off the track, knowing that they ran their best time ever, and realizing how great they did, and just because they gave their best effort that day.
What's your aspect about how is teaching and different, or how is teaching and coaching different and similar?
As a coach, you are a teacher. You do teach the finer points, the rules of of track and field. You also teach life lessons about how we behave, how you carry yourself, even when we're not at the track meet. If we stop and eat somewhere, who are you representing? So we teach all of those things about life skills too. But the teaching is obviously, I see a lot more students teaching than I do coaching. So coaching, I get to have a little more one-on-one time with them, whereas teaching, I wouldn't have that opportunity every day. And I see some classes every other day, so I don't have that opportunity every day to see them in that, more of a one-on-one setting.
Thank you, Mr. Shackford, for the interview.
All right,
Good
thanks,
luck on
man.
this upcoming season.
You bet. You too.
Hi, my name is Jacob Run, and I'm the RCW softball head coach, Mr. Tim Tanner. How are you doing today?
Very good.
That's good. So how many years have you been head coach for the RCW softball team?
Long time. I think for softball, this is either 12 or 13 years.
Long time. What are your goals for the upcoming season?
Goals. We've only had 2 practices so far. We've got a lot of new people to fill into spots. So as of right now, we're looking to just improve upon our play and make sure that we're able to compete by the end of the year.
What is the different atmosphere between summer rec and softball?
I think there's only one real difference, and the difference would be competing. We learn in summer rec, we learn in softball. We try to instill having fun in summer rec, try to instill having fun at the softball, and then finally, as I said, the competition. We really don't stress competition in the summer rec, but obviously we do in the softball.
Yeah. So what would you think is the hardest part about coaching and teaching at the same time?
It's a balancing act. You know, when you're not teaching, you're 100% in on your teaching when you don't have anything to coach, and then when you start coaching, you have to start to balance, and you know, days run short in a hurry.
Mm-hmm. So how many home games do you guys have this year?
I believe we have 20 games and 10 of them are at home, so we're 50-50.
What do you think is the strongest asset on your upcoming?
Strongest asset, like I said, that's hard to tell after 2 days. We've got 4 seniors. That's always an asset to have veteran players that have been through the practices and the games to know what they're doing. So that is an asset. Other than that, I think the teaching of the fundamentals, they're pretty good as far as picking things up, and we're gonna have to be strong with our fundamentals.
Yeah. So looking at your schedule, what do you think is the toughest thing you guys are going to face this year?
Toughest team we're gonna have to face, obviously, is gonna be KMS. They're, you know, top to bottom, one of the best teams in the state. I would say one other team will be Lacaparo. They've got a host of veteran ball players that have played for a couple of years, and they're pretty decent. And Tracy also is one team that is going to be difficult to deal with.
Yeah. Well, good luck with your season.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Very good.
Good morning, RCW. Our students of the quarter for quarter 3 are seniors Spencer Woolman and Sarah Hoff, juniors Justin Shuck and Lauren Terrell, sophomores Connor Aldrich and Grace Selk, freshmen Peyton Chan and Abby Gasca, Paige Weatherby and Ali Aldrich, and for 7th grade, Mukai Hale, Ali Taronis, and that is it.
Hello RCW students, my name is Rosalie Ponce with this week's weather. Monday is going to be cold with a 20% chance